success is one of the other blessings that al-Raghib al-Isfahani mentions as something that is a key ingredient when it comes to developing virtue and developing an ethical self that's in line with the Sharia. And what he means by success is the harmony or the confluence between the effort that we put forth and the results that we get. So hypothetically, the best person in the world maybe should be able to just keep on putting forth effort, and never ever see any results. And they'll still be as devoted and as fervent and as kind of ardent in their pursuit of righteousness and truth and etc. But in reality, the author says, al-Raghib al-Isfahani says, that we need to see some sort of results. Like, people are such that to have some degree of success, to be able to set goals and incrementally work towards goals and see the fruits of your labor and see progress is something that is extremely important to the ability to develop virtue and the ability to live ethically. And this is something that afflicts a lot of people, because sometimes people get psyched out, or they're used to certain mental habits of only seeing what they're not doing, or only seeing how much further they have to go, as opposed to marking their successes and seeing, well, okay, yeah, I've got 170 pages of the book left. That's a lot, but I did 30 today, right? And so this is one of kind of the tricks, you know, these sort of self-help books that people tell you to record actually your successes. If you have this sort of struggle where you are selling yourself short and you're kind of dwelling on the things that you haven't done as opposed to the things that you do, then start to record, start to actually take account for the things that you have accomplished, the steps that you've taken towards it, because that's actually going to help you meet your goal. It's going to help you continue to walk and persevere. You won't feel like giving up because you actually feel like you're moving forward. Most people, if they don't feel like they're moving forward, then eventually they're going to give up. And, you know, so there's different types of success, and there's a lot of different words and concepts in the Arabic language that are used to get at success. So one of them is hidayah, and there's different, they mark different types of success. So the most important one is guidance, and that's hidayah, right? And this is something that only comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Somebody can believe in the right things, right? They can know the right things, but is it truly internalized? Does the person actually realize it? The person can sit and read the Quran, they can read the Hadith, they can read all the books, whatever. But who's actually going to give hidayah, right? Can that person produce their own hidayah? Can we produce this own feeling of faith? If it was that easy, then every single one of us would have it, right? But it's not possible. Hidayah only comes from Allah, right? This is something that only Allah can grant people, right? It's part of His tawfiq, we would say, this success, the matching up between the effort that you're putting forth and the actual results that you're seeking. Rushd is another type of a success, or another type of guidance, and we could translate that as something that has to do more with instruction or direction. And so this is something that, you know, rushd sometimes can come from within. It's something that you can sort of take a little bit more into your own hands, more directing our attention to the effort that you're putting forth as opposed to the results that we're getting. Tasdeed, right? Perseverance is another ingredient here, and this is something that is a gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives, right? How many of us start something that's good, but then we don't follow through, right? It's after Ramadan. You said, okay, I'm going to read a page of Quran a day for the rest of the year. Okay, wow. We get to the next Eid and we're done. We haven't finished it, right? Tasdeed, perseverance is a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, it has to do with our effort. Yes, it has to do with our decisions and our habits and, you know, our abilities, but it's also something that's a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And finally, nusra and ta'eed, right? This sort of aid. This is another thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us. So, you know, if we're thinking about, okay, I want to wake up for tahajjud every night and pray. Okay, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can help you. Maybe you forget to set your alarm, okay? But maybe you wake up anyway. That happens sometimes. This is a sort of nasr. This is a type of help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that it didn't come from you, right? You didn't do anything to get it. It's just from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we're dependent upon Allah's success and all these different types of success and guidance. And so this is something that we need to be courting as much as possible and making dua for and trying to obtain as much as possible, because we need to see these sorts of things and we need to be able to mark our success and mark our progress if we're ever going to achieve our goals.